Good evening to you and welcome back to Closing Arguments. I'm Julie Grant, sitting in this week for Vinnie Politan. And we start this hour for you with some brand new developments we've got in the Microsoft executive murder case. Jared Bridegan was tragically gunned down in February of last year. And investigators say the father of four was the victim of an ambush attack in Florida, being shot just yards away from his 2-year-old daughter. 3 people are now charged in connection with his murder. Henry Tennant, who pleaded guilty to being the trigger man. He's going to be a testifying witness. Also, Mario Fernandez Saldana. He's the husband of the victim's ex-wife, who authorities say played a key role in planning and plotting the murder. And on Thursday, we got that big breaking news we shared with you that Bridegan's ex-wife, Shanna Gardner-Fernandez, is now also charged and under arrest for Jared Bridegan's murder. Let's take a quick look together at that bombshell moment.
We promised at the outset of this investigation we would not relent until we uncovered the truth of Jared's murder, the whole and entire truth. This morning, a Fourth Circuit grand jury indicted Shanna Gardner for first-degree murder, conspiracy to commit first-degree murder, solicitation to commit first-degree murder, and child abuse, all related to the murder of Jared Bridegan, Shanna's ex-husband. We will be filing a notice of our intent to seek the death penalty, as we have also done in the case of Mario Fernandez. This investigation has uncovered the truth of Jared's murder. Henry Tennant did not act alone, Mario Fernandez did not plan alone, and Shanna Gardner's indictment acknowledges her central and key role in the cold, calculated, and premeditated murder of Jared Bridegan.
Now, earlier today, Kristen Bridegan, who is Jared Bridegan's widow, sat down with Court TV crime and justice correspondent Matt Johnson for an exclusive interview talking about her reaction to these latest charges.
It has been such a relief. I feel like a heavy weight has been lifted off my shoulders with this last arrest. I know there's a lot still to come, but right now we're feeling good and we're feeling positive. I don't even know how to put it into words, the feeling that we have. You know, there's a sense of happiness that finally this is happening, something that we have felt would be coming, but also sadness for Liam and Abby and what that means for them. So very complicated emotions, but overall we are feeling good and we are looking forward to justice being served. I wanted them held accountable, and I wanted my kids to know they are off the streets. They are not going to harm our family anymore. And so it's a very good feeling to know that there have been 3 arrests in this case. They can't tell us the evidence. So, you know, we just have to have faith that it's by the book. They have enough evidence. It's a strong case. And we're holding to that hope and that belief. And hopefully that'll play out that way in court. For me, it's important to be there to show not only Jared that we're fighting for him, but to show the community, like, we're still here. Thank you for the support. We're still fighting. And to show those involved in his murder, we're not going anywhere. No matter how tough it will get, we will be here. We will be looking you in your face, and we will be hoping for justice.
Oh, our hearts go out to Kristen Bridegan, of course. Let's bring in our think tank now tonight. Joining us in San Diego, California, criminal defense attorney and former prosecutor Brian Watkins. And also in Los Angeles, California, criminal defense attorney Lada Uretzian. And in Los Angeles, it's a Los Angeles night, isn't it? Deputy Public Defender for LA County, Philip Dubé. Wonderful to see you all. Thank you so much for being with us. The Jared Bridegan case, wow. This was one of those developments that I think probably didn't shock a lot of people. Maybe the most shocked person might be Shanna Gardner-Fernandez tonight. She better get a good lawyer on her hands. That's why we've got all of you here tonight. How might she defend this? My goodness, let's start there. Ladies first, Lada Uretzian, let me begin with you, if I may, please.
Thank you. So in this case, how might she defend herself? One of the issues that I have here is I'm not really quite sure what the motive is, other than this contentious divorce that they'd gone through or were going through. So, and you know, each one has their separate families and children. So it's not clear to me what the motive is. The one thing that I'm sure her lawyers are going to have to bring up as maybe she wasn't part of this. This is something that her husband did on his own, and she had zero knowledge of any of the planning, or point the finger at Mr. Tannen that he did this. But of course, Mr. Tannen is pointing the finger at, I'm sure, at her and her husband. So it's going to be interesting to see what's coming. But I mean, I can't think of anything else other than her claiming lack of knowledge.
Right, appreciate that, Lada. And we know that Henry Tannen has also agreed to be a cooperating witness at trial. He is yet to be sentenced. It's going to certainly be contingent upon if he does cooperate and testify truthfully for the state of Florida. And we know they have filed their notice to seek the death penalty against his co-defendant, Mr. Mario Fernandez Saldana, and we expect the same for Shanna Gardner-Fernandez. What might happen with those two? That's what I want to know. The husband and wife, is one of them going to turn on the other? Brian Watkins, let me bring you in on this point. What do you think about that, please?
You know, the prosecution doesn't have to prove motive, and that's a big advantage for the prosecution. The problem here in this case for the defense is the deal's already been cut with the trigger man. So now we know what happened. And so there's really no incentive to make a deal with anyone else. And so you say, is anyone going to turn on the other person? I don't think they care. I don't think they're going to offer him a deal. I think that everybody who's left is going down, and they've already offered the deal to the person who's the trigger man, and he's going to give them everything they need to know, and they don't want to know anything else from anybody else. And so they're going to be in a tough situation because there will be no deals to be cut.
Yeah, well said, Brian. Philip Dubé, the strength of the state's case, something you have to assess often doing criminal defense work. In this one, how strong is it? Is it so strong that they may not even need Mr. Tannen, or do you think he's going to be vital for them? Give us your take, please.
Oh, I think he's absolutely going to be vital, because if he was the gunman and he was put up to it by her, then they absolutely need him to testify to make her a co-conspirator or an accomplice to the underlying homicide. Otherwise, they can't get her, let alone a death verdict. So, yeah. But the real question, I think, for the jury is going to be, what would be in it for her? I mean, they were already divorced. I mean, what would really come to a halt? The custody proceedings? There was already a visitation schedule worked out between her and Dad. They were already on pretty good terms where he would pick the kids up, spend time with them, drop them off. Unless there was some type of unannounced life insurance proceeds out there where she was maybe named a beneficiary, where she could use that as a money grab for her and the twins, maybe. But so far, I don't think we have enough evidence. And of course, Mr. Tannen will cooperate because he's getting a second degree. He's going to get 15 life and a shot at parole after 15 years. And the truth be told, he'll probably get it.
Appreciate it, Philip. And you're raising great points. I want to share a little bit of information I was able to get through our Matt Johnson and his reporting work in talking to Kristen Bridegan. She said that the terms that they were on were so bad, and there was no trust between either family, that everything was in writing, and there was this bitter custody battle going on. Don't really know the exact particulars, but they were feuding pretty bad in the court system. And I certainly understand your point. What do you have to gain by taking out the father of two of your kids? I mean, it's horrible. And so to Lada's point, going back to where we started, she might say, my gosh, I would never want this to happen here. Can we expect the death penalty for her, Lada? Because we know her husband, he's already received the notice that they're going after that for him in Florida. Would you think they're going to do the same with her?
I wouldn't be surprised if they did the same thing for her. I mean, if they did it for her husband, guess what? She's the mother of the two children. If he was executed in front of a child, who's a 2-year-old who's in the car, I don't see what the difference is, female versus male. It should be the same. And again, like I said, I wouldn't be surprised at all. I'm expecting that.
Appreciate it so much, Lada. Something else we want to share with you all tonight. So Jared Bridegan, his 2-year-old daughter, Bexley, was the one who was in the backseat of the car, yards away from him when he was gunned down in the middle of the street trying to move a tire that was strategically placed there. Following the shooting, Bexley was transported to the local police department there that didn't have basic supplies to care for, a little child like that. So since then, Kristen Bridegan shared with Court TV today that she started a foundation to help ensure that authorities are better equipped in the event that any child is put in a similar situation. We hope that never happens, but let's take a little bit of a listen now to what that foundation is all about, how you at home can donate if you'd like.
So we started the Bridegan Foundation in honor of Jared, and our main initiative is the Bexley Box. It's a kit full of supplies for children and young victims who may have to spend some time away from their caregiver or without the essentials like diapers, sippy cups, snacks, things like that. So if people want to help, they can go to brideganfoundation.org, make a donation, learn more about what we do, or if they have a connection with a sheriff's office or police department and they think there's a need, please reach out and we would be happy to work with them.
brideganfoundation.org. There it is. Our think tank is going to be with us all evening. Want you to do the same, please. We have to hit a break right now, but here's what's coming up next.